how y'all doing? My name is Deborah. In honor here to give you my review of the Thai drama called My Forever Sunshine. And this review is going to have spoilers, like literally, just so you know, let me just throw this all out here. It's going to have spoilers, number one. Number two, it will probably have a number of cuss words being said by me. So if you don't want spoilers, you don't want cuss words, or you don't want both, this is probably not the review for you. But if you want a clean review, like a review without spoilers and cuss words, let me know in the comments down below. I might consider making one. But right now, I just literally want to let my heart out about how I feel about this drama. So without further ado, go ahead and grab your tea box and come along with me on this journey as we review My Forever Sunshine. Let's go. Okay, so My Forever Sunshine is a 19-episode drama that has finished airing, and it stars Prin, whom I absolutely love, and Thanachart, who I absolutely love also. Literally, there were the two reasons why I'm like, oh, I really need to check this out, because I do like both of them. And you remember, I literally just reviewed another cow drama that she did with Great and stuff, so I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I'm really excited about it, because I always love watching anything Max in, so I'm like, I am down for this and stuff. So I was really excited to go into this, but then we started watching it and I'm like, I don't know if I can keep going, bruh. Alright, so let's start with an introduction of like what the summary of this drama is about. So a very brief summary, because kind of like I said, I really want to touch on setting characters and go in depth into them, and I don't want to keep you here for like an hour. But the summary of this drama is about this girl Paeng, who grew up, who grew up in a very wealthy family, but her mom was a socialite who was always going out to parties, and her dad was always busy with his work, and he kind of made up for his lack of presence in her life by always giving her what she wanted, buying her gifts and stuff, and letting her have her way. So because of that, because of the lack of love she got from both parents, she was always mischievous, always getting into fights in school. Basically, she lived life like a traumatized child. During the period where she'd get in fights in school or run away from home, get into arguments with her parents and run away from home, arthit, our male lead, was the one that always find her and bring her back, and he was basically the son of her dad's best friend. Now arthit comes from a family who owns a farm, and one day his dad basically gets into this bad business deal, and his business partner tries to take over his dad's farm. And so one farmer's dad pays off 50 million in order to get the land back for arthit's dad, and he tells arthit's dad, like, dude, you don't need to worry about paying me back, we're friends, this is what friends do. Like, that just tells you the amount of like just what a wonderful person one farmer Paeng's dad is, right, and stuff. And so he pays off the debt, and he takes care of getting the land back for arthit's dad. And so arthit's dad is like, dude, we owe this family, arthit, if they ever need anything from you when you go back to Bangkok, because he lives in Bangkok, he goes to school in Bangkok, but his parents are back home in another city in the farm that they own and stuff. So basically his dad tells him when he goes back to Bangkok, like, if this family ever needs him for anything, he really does need to help them and stuff. And so he becomes close to one farmer in the process of helping her, and he begins to understand like what exactly this girl is going through and why she's acting out. And so he really sees her as his younger sister. He takes care of her and all that. And then finally one day, one farmer loses her parents. Now when she loses her parents, due to the gruesome way that her parents died, one farmer goes through like mental and psychological shock and stuff, and she basically takes a turn for the worse in terms of her mental health and her mental state. And so Arthit's dad brings her into the farm to basically take care of her, per his promise with her dad that he'd always take care of one farmer if anything were to happen to her dad. So he takes her into the farm, and one farmer basically falls in love with the son, Arthit, and she becomes extremely possessive of him, so possessive that she frames him up and stuff for something, and it almost leads to his death. At that, whatever she did, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll try as much as possible not to spoil it for you, but it almost leads to Arthit losing his life, and that basically gives her a huge shock to the extent that she basically decides, along with Arthit's dad, that she needs to move away. And when she moves away, she really changes for the better. She becomes a better human being, and so she comes back to the farm by the request of Arthit's dad to spend 2 years learning how to work in a farm, because she wants to open her own farm and stuff and grow roses and like start this rose business. So when she moves into the farm, she meets Arthit, who absolutely hates her. Everyone in the farm hates her because she was such a horrible person when she lived in the farm and stuff. So they are all treating her really badly, and it's basically the story of how her, Arthit, and her relationship with everyone in the farm, including Arthit's parents, grows and changes for the better or worse, depending on how you look at it. But that's what the story is about. But thank God for my drama list. Literally, I had to go read the comments in my drama list, and I kept on seeing everyone talking about it gets better after episode 5, it gets better in episode 6, it gets better in episode 6. And I am just here to tell you that for the first 5 episodes, for 4.5 episodes, you are going to want to pull your hair out. You are going to want to drop this drama. You will question my taste. You will feel like I am lying to you. You will feel like everything you have heard about this drama is a lie. Like, it is that bad. The first few episodes, like the first 4.5 episodes, are horrible. Let me just throw this out there. Not horrible in a, oh, it's like really bad writing or something like that. No, horrible in a, it's filled with so much angst and annoying characters that you're like, I literally want to drop this drama. I literally had to drag myself through those episodes. That's how bad it was. But after that, it gets so much better. Like, so it becomes what the way it's like you've been waiting for something good, and finally you're awarded that gift and stuff. Like, kind of like the joy comes in the morning kind of thing. But yeah, I really hated the first 4 episodes, but after that it gets better. So just prepare yourself for that. If you're going into this drama, know that you're gonna hate the first 4.5 episodes, but from episode 5 or 6, depending on your taste, you'll find that the drama is actually better, and the drama gets better from that. And like, the changes to our female lead's character, they're like, oh dang, oh, I am suddenly team female lead. It's stuff. That's what's really amazing about this drama. How you go from being team one person to team, oh my gosh, y'all can burn in hell for all I care. I am all for this girl. Like, this is the only person I give 2 F's about right now. Like, y'all a whole bunch of B words and stuff. But now let me go into like my feelings in terms of like setting characters. I'll give you like a little bit of history of what the characters are about and tell you my thoughts on them. So Kot is Arthit's best friend. Arthit has 3 best friends: Kot, Non, and Ling. Ling is a female. Ling is someone that's Arthit's best friend. Non is in love with. Arthit was in love with her before, but he's over her. He's no longer in love with her and stuff. But he was once in love with Non, and sorry, with Ling. Now, wouldn't that be funny if he was in love with Non? But he was once in love with Ling. And so Kot and Nung is Non's sister. Kot and Nung, that's the 2 friends, Arthit's friend and Non's sister, get together by the end of the drama. Like I said, this is gonna have spoilers. So they get together, But my issue with them getting, like, I don't have an issue with them getting together. Like, it was obvious Kot and Nang were going to get together. I feel like Kot was just added there for like extra comedic relief, and also just so Nang has a love line in the drama and stuff. So I really had I have no opinions about Kot's character. He literally was just there for like being their sake. But my issue is Nang. I really did not like Nang's character. I know they tried to redeem her at the end with what she did, like how she stood up for Ling and how she stood up for like Arthit's relationship with Paeng and all that, but I am sorry, she never apologized. And I guess maybe they're trying to say it's in her character, she's someone who would never apologize and stuff, but I don't know, it just really bugged me. And to worsen it, Paeng is the type of person that literally when she forgives you, you don't even need to apologize to her. She just lets it go. So for Paeng, I understood that Paeng was over it, but I'm like, dude, I ain't over it yet. And stuff. So Nang's character was one that for me, even at the end where I'm like, oh yeah, she's doing all those things that she did to try and redeem her character, I felt like they were just doing it to make us feel better about Nang, but it did not make me feel better about Nang. Like, this girl almost ruined Wan Famai, our female lead's character's life when they were kids. The lies she told, the things she did to try and ruin her life, the hurtful words she said, she never once apologized for it, and we're just supposed to move on and be best friends and everything is okay now. I'm sorry, but this is why I'm not the main character, guys, but I am so sorry, but I do not forgive you until you come and apologize with tears and then tell everybody what you did to me in the past. Because did you guys realize that Nang never actually revealed to people that, hey, in the past, actually, I was the one who made Wan Famai do all the things that she did. I was actually a horrible human in the past and stuff. She never ever did that. She just kind of like expected everyone to move on, and I really had a problem with that. So that's my issue with like Nang's character. Now let's go to Ling and Non. I really liked Non. Non, I felt, was really like that perfect second male lead character and stuff that literally had no fault and stuff. So I really did like Non's character. I don't have much to say about him. What I really loved Non's character for was his friendship with Arthit. Like, even when Ling's life was in danger, yeah, he took a break to be there for Ling, but boyfriend was still poking his nose in Arthit and Max's business and stuff, and he was still there for her and for him whenever they needed him. So I really like Non for that. He was really a good friend. I also love how the friendship of this drama was, how the friends always had each other's back, and they just kind of accepted Paeng's character into their group without any questions. Like, they also weren't looking at her past and stuff. Like, Ling could have hated her, Ling didn't. They didn't judge her for what she did in the past. They were the most forgiving group of friends and accepting group of friends. So I really loved Arthit's group of friends and just the friendship and bond that they have. That was something I really liked. Just like I loved Paeng's father's relationship with what's his name, Arthit's dad. So this drama really had a strong friendship team going on that I really enjoyed, and I loved Paeng's relationship with her maid who became like a sister to her and stuff. I just overall loved a lot of things about this drama. The person I kind of feel iffy about is Ling's character. Am I the only one that felt like in the beginning, before it was clear to everyone who Ling actually liked, that Ling was playing both guys? Like, this, you can't tell me Ling didn't know how both guys felt about her and stuff, and she kept playing them and playing them. At least that was how I saw it. And so she never had like a really like good image in front of me, especially as she was always like the angel-like second female lead who was perfect in every way. And don't get me wrong, Ling never actually really did anything bad. She was nice, she's a truly nice character, but it just really bugged me how it felt like she was pulling the strings or stringing both guys along before it became clear like, hey, okay, I really do like Non, I don't like you, Arthit, and stuff. So yeah, that was my issue with Ling's character. Now let's talk about like the dad and the mom, and then we'll go into the male lead and our female lead. So the dad's character, I really liked the dad's character. I loved how the dad really understood Paeng from the beginning to the end. Paeng is the same as One Farm. If I keep saying that and I'm confusing you, I'm sorry. Paeng is the same person as One Farm. So I might interchange the names sometimes depending on how I feel about the character at that moment. But basically, Paeng, the father was really understanding of Paeng. He was very accepting of Paeng. He was a really good guy from the beginning to end. So I really have no issue with that. Like, at first, I was like, okay, maybe the dad should have told the family about how her parents died and stuff. But then looking at everything that happened in that family and how the family treated, like, Paeng, it was inexcusable. Like, even if I feel like if the dad had told them about Paeng's situation with her family, it wouldn't change anything, and two, it might just make matters worse and stuff. So I kind of understood, like, the dad really understood his family for him not to have told them, look here, this is how this girl's parents died. So I really love how he respected his friend and basically kept it a secret. For me, I don't feel like him telling the secret of how the parents died would have changed anyone's opinion, and I'll get into that in a little bit, especially his wife. Now let's go into his wife, Arthit's mom. Arthit's mom is a character that I really did not like from the beginning to the end. Like, I'm sorry, let's start from the very beginning. When Paeng came into the house and stuff, the first time Paeng came visiting and all, and then when Paeng came to stay in the house for the first time when her parents died, Arthit's mom was never really fully welcoming of Paeng's character. She was never really fully welcoming, so she never really liked Paeng, which is why everything that happened after just felt like excuses for me. And I'm like, dude, just say you don't like this girl. So let's start from excuse number one. Okay, Paeng was someone who was very young, and she was forced on her son as a marriage partner and stuff by Paeng's dad. Okay, I understand that part, that you're angry because this girl is too young for your son and so you don't support your relationship. I totally get that. Don't get me wrong. I get how that might feel. I also understand how Arthit must have felt. But my issue with the mom during that period of that first excuse, and there are different stages that I'm going to dissect with the mom. But my problem with the mom during that first stage was that each time Paeng got into like an argument with the maids and stuff, yes, Paeng was, as we noticed in the beginning, Paeng was always someone who you'd have to hurt first before she hurts you back. But each time Paeng got into an argument with the maids would always bring up Paeng's parents that just died and basically try to bring down her parents and like say her parents didn't train her well. Like, dude, this girl just lost her parents. And Arthit's mom, because she was so biased about how she felt about Paeng, would never correct them and never tell them stop doing what you're doing. So when Paeng reacts to the statements they make, she then gets mad at Paeng, like, why are you being disrespectful? Why are you doing this in front of me? Why didn't you tell the maid? Why did you say this in front of me? Why did you say this to this kid? Like, this kid just lost her child. And so I really could not stand the mom in those aspects, in that part. That's like the first stage. So no matter what you tell me about, oh, Arthit was being forced, that's why the mom reacted that way. No, the mom just didn't like. Go back and rewatch it. The mom wasn't too welcoming about her before that was even revealed. The mom had her like reservations about Paeng living with them. She wasn't really open to the idea, even though, like Paeng said a million times, her dad basically gave them the money to help save the fam. She wasn't really as grateful as the dad was and stuff. That's number one. Now let's go to the second excuse.